So what do you think of the hair? Huh? So I'm a man of my word. I said that if I got enough likes from my last video, and I made it a measly 300 likes, that I would allow my good lady to cut my hair. Anyway, I went for it. She did a great job. So one of the good things about the haircut is we had all the gear. We had all the scissors, thinning scissors, we had the electric cutters, etc. So it was good to have all the right equipment for that job. And the same can be said about videography. And I've been wanting to make a video like this for a long time. I've never got around to it. I had a lot of questions about what kind of equipment do I use to make my videos. So this is it. This is the 2020. What's in my camera bag, or what equipment do I use for making my videos. So this is the bag. It's a LowePro AP450 ProTactic. This is the Mark 1. There's a new one came out recently. This is the original one. I've had this for about a year, and it's a really good bag. Very, very well padded. It's got a lot of protection for the equipment inside, so you can hook things on here. You can, if you've got extra bits and pieces you want to hook on, you can put them through this webbing on here. It also comes with a tripod stand, so you can take your tripod, one leg of your tripod, put it into here, and then you can tie your tripod on with these straps here. You open it from the inside, so if you're wearing it on your back, nobody can access any of the equipment inside. So you have to take the bag like this, and then you unzip it like this, and then you go inside like this. So you've got all these different compartments inside. Your camera goes in here, lenses, etc. All put into the compartments. You can change all of this, set it up however you want. And there's also room in the top here for a 15-inch laptop. So this laptop goes in like this. Also has side access pouches, which to be honest, I don't use. But it does have one at the top, which is quite handy. So you can open at the top here if you just want to reach in and grab your camera, because obviously you've already got a lens fastened to it. Also inside of here, there's another zip pocket, and you can keep some extra stuff in there. So there's a few drawbacks to this bag. One of the things I do quite a lot is when I go away to sea, I take this bag with me with all my gear in it, and then I stay on board. Now, when I want to go, like when I was in Italy last year, occasionally I would go to Monaco overnight, and I wanted to take all my equipment with me, but I also wanted to take a change of clothes and my toiletries for the overnight in the hotel. The problem with this bag is, unless I take some camera equipment out, I've got nowhere to put any clothes. So what I would end up doing is I would take this bag, then I would put this in my suitcase, my roller suitcase, and then I would put a change of clothes in the roller suitcase, and I would carry the whole thing, a big suitcase, over to France. I'd have to leave my suitcase with my change of clothes in the hotel, like in a locked room, go into Monaco, do the shoot with my bag, then return to the hotel at the end of the day, and then pick up the other bag and then leave. So it was just a big faff. I want to be able to pack everything I need into this bag and then leave with this bag alone. So I have actually ordered and received a new bag at my house in the UK. I'm going to be using that bag. The other bit of a problem I have with this is when it's got stuff in it and you stand it on the floor when you're at the airport, it won't stand up, it falls over. It's really annoying. So you have to lean it against something all the time. The main camera that I use is what I'm filming on right now. I used to have the Canon 80D, but since then I've changed and I'm now using the Canon EOS R. It's a really good camera. It's a mirrorless camera, so it's slightly different to the 80D. The 80D also uses the EF lenses, which is what traditionally all Canon DSLR cameras use. But this camera's got its own lens system. It's called the RF system, and they don't actually fit natively. So you can't take I can't take one of my old lenses and fit it directly onto this body without an adapter, which I have. And I have an EF lens, so from my old camera, it's a 16-35 2.8 L series lens. To be honest, I don't use this lens very often. I'm using it right now because it gives me a wider angle than the lens I use the most, which is this lens here. This is the 24-105 2.8. And this is an RF lens. So this natively fits to the EOS R. And I just find that that is the most useful lens for me. I can hold, with the Joby on, I can hold it out and I can talk to the camera. I can get wide enough with the 24mm. I mean, ideally the 16mm would be better. The problem is that then I have to keep changing the lenses over every time I want to zoom in. One of the things that is very important when you make videos, I would say it's probably actually more important than the video quality, is the audio quality. And it's one of the things I always strive for to make it as good as possible. One of the things I use is this Rode VideoMic Pro. It's a very good microphone. I also have something known as a dead cat, which you fit on top, and that basically limits the amount of wind that will blow on it. Almost stops that completely, unless you're in really, really high winds. Unfortunately, what I did when I bought this is I actually bought the wrong one, and I bought this is the VideoMic Pro, but the one I should have got was the VideoMic Pro Plus. So when you turn the camera on, the mic actually turns itself on, whereas this one doesn't do that, and there's two switches on the back here, and you have to change them. So sometimes, you know, if you forget to turn it off, you can deaden the battery, but more likely what you're going to do is forget to turn it on, and then you record a whole section, and then when you actually go back to watch it, there's no audio. So that's kind of frustrating. But apart from that, this is a great microphone. Obviously, I'm not using that right now. I have 3 different types of microphones in my bag. I'm wearing a mic right now. It's a Lavalier mic. And this one's actually, it's a very good mic, but I bought it on eBay. It was like £25. If it has a name, a brand name, I don't know what it is. And it's just on a cable, maybe 3 meters. And that plugs right into the side of the camera. When I'm at the Monaco Yacht Show and I want to do an interview with somebody, then running the cable along the floor, it's not practical. So what I use then, these microphones here. And this is called the Rode VideoMic Wireless Go. And this is something I just got recently. And basically one of these sits on your camera, and then this one, you just simply clip it onto your shirt. You can also plug in an external lav mic like the one I'm wearing into this device. So it's wireless, but with an external mic that comes out and clips onto your belt. I also have in my bag one GoPro. I always carry one GoPro. This is a GoPro 7 Black, and this is a great GoPro. I've got 2 of these. I don't bring 2 of them with me as a rule, unless I've got my car, and then I'll bring 2 because I've got more space. You need to have ND filters. I have this bag. I have 4 ND filters in here, and this is a variable ND filter from Hoya, and it's not in this case because it comes with this little plastic case. And I find this really useful because one of the things that happens is when you use an ND filter is you're out in the street and you screw this on the front, your bag's on your back, and then you go into a building or you go into somewhere where there's no sun and you unscrew this, and now you've got nowhere to put it because you don't want to take your bag off your back, so you want to just put it in your pocket. So I have this in my pocket, and I just drop this in here, screw that on, and then I put that in my pocket. It's like sunglasses for your lens, and it darkens it back down so you're free to set the camera lens as you want it. I also have this is a ThinkPad card case. So this is for putting your SD cards in, or your micro SD cards in, and this just keeps them organized. The micro SD cards are so tiny that you'll lose them if you don't have them in a case. When I want to edit the footage, I need a laptop. And I use a MacBook Pro. This is the 2015 MacBook Pro. They brought out a new laptop in 2016, I think it was. And I didn't like it. I didn't like the keyboard on it. I didn't like the fact that they took away all these little ports on the side. The SD card port they removed, which is, I still don't understand why. They've since released a new laptop, which they got rid of that awful keyboard, that clicky keyboard that they put on it. They've replaced that keyboard with one that's more like the one on this laptop. but they didn't give us the SD card slot, and it's just got USB-C ports on it. I went to the Apple store in Miami and I just said, can you sell me the old model? And they did, and that's what I'm still using. One of the problems with the laptop is with these solid state drives is they're small. It fills up really quickly, so I use an external hard drive, and this is a Lavalier hard drive. It's a 2 terabyte rugged hard drive. It has this rubber orange, day glow orange thing on it. It acts as protection. Also has a built-in lightning bolt cable. Usually does me for one rotation. What I like to do though is I like to take all my old footage with me. So if I want to make a video where I want to put B-roll in, like this one, no doubt, and I'm struggling with the 2 terabytes, so I'm probably going to have to expand on this one soon. So yeah, but there's always you never have enough hard drive space, right? I have this bag. This is a ThinkPad cable management bag. It's full of cables. It's full of little adapters, dongles, etc. for laptops and all that kind of stuff. I have 2 of these in my bag. I have a slot in the bag that they go in nicely. So moving on to drones. So I use a Mavic 2 zoom. A lot of people I see on YouTube are using the Pro. The quality of the image is better because it has a full-size sensor like the EOS R has. The zoom, however, does not have a full-size sensor, but it's still fantastic. It has a great lens. It's got an ND filter on it already. I have a pack of ND filters, Pro ND filters. But yeah, so I always leave that on there because I never fly it without an ND filter. And the original clear lens from the drone's camera. And then basically if I need to switch them out, then I just move the original one into the position so I know which one's on here. So just by looking at that, I know the ND4 is on here. This is a fantastic drone. I've shot a lot of footage. A lot of the footage that I've shot in the last 12 months has been with this drone. The original, I had a Mavic Pro, the original Mavic Pro, and that was a great drone. And the footage was very good. The camera wasn't brilliant. It was over sharp, and it's absolutely amazing. The drone flies like a dream. It's very fast. It's very stable. The batteries last about 25 minutes, depending on what you're doing. With that drone, I use the DJI Smart Controller. This is what they call it, the Smart Controller. I bought it mainly because it's got a big screen on it. I used to hate flying the drone with my phone as the screen because you're flying around and you're getting text messages or phone calls or whatever, and you're flying your drone, and your drone's over 500 meters away over water, and then people are trying to call you or WhatsApp you or whatever. I hated that. The screen is fantastic. The battery lasts for ages. I have 2 extra batteries for the drone. I've completely depleted all 3 batteries, and this is still like 60%. So from that point of view, it's a fantastic controller. The reason why I said they call it a smart controller is because, to be honest, it's not really very smart. If it's not connected to the internet, then there's no maps. It doesn't, like when you use your phone, it automatically downloads the maps that you need. With this one, you have to pre-download them, which is fair enough. It doesn't have internet access natively, but even when you connect it to the Wi-Fi, or even if you've tethered it to your phone, when you fly, there's no maps. And now, the way I see it is if it was really smart, it would automatically use the internet that you've given it to download those maps. But maybe it's me, I'm doing something wrong, but I can never get it to work. One of the things that I think they made a mistake with this is they should have given it a SIM card slot, because I think if this had internet access, all of the issues that I've had with it wouldn't be there. I think I've gone through pretty much everything that I have in my bag. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some links below, hopefully, so you can go and find these items if you want to see more specific information about them. I'll place a little link below. Anyway, that's everything. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found some of this information interesting. I do get asked a lot what kind of equipment I use, and I've been meaning to do this video for at least a year. And I just thought, with me being locked down in quarantine, now is a good time to do it. So if you've got any questions about any of this, let me know in the comments, and I'll get back to you down there. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you liked the haircut. So I think I'm going to send her off to barber college. No more paid haircuts for me. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you soon.